Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. And first of all, allow me, Madam Speaker, to convey my condolences to you for the loss of your daughter and to commend you for being strong in these very hard times. Madam Speaker and honorable members, I'm addressing this Parliament for the first time since the 14th January presidential elections, which were marred by massive rigging. The campaigns were filled with unprecedented levels of state-inspired violence and brutality, where very many of our supporters were murdered, many were maimed, while others sustained grave injuries. That happened before the election, during and after the elections. Madam Speaker, I've given this background to speak to the danger that we face as a nation. Government institutions have been reduced to serving the interests of an individual instead of serving the people. This Parliament, therefore, Madam Speaker, has the opportunity to present its image and indeed to present itself to the people of Uganda as a Parliament that has the interests of the people of Uganda. Madam Speaker, as we comfortably sit in this august House, I want to remind all of us that Ugandans are being abducted on a daily basis by security operatives in notorious vans called drones. They are being held in unknown detention centers, in military barracks, and indeed in many unknown places, torture chambers across the country. Madam Speaker, just yesterday, a 24-year-old Chiwewa Tony, also known as Neto, who is our cameraman, and the NUP youth chairperson for Mosque Zone in Chibuli, Ewan Busonga Najib, were brutally abducted by heavily armed security men in plain clothes. The abductions were on camera, Madam Speaker. Those that have been lucky to come out alive, Madam Speaker, they have spoken of how they've been subjected to unspeakable torture and brutality while in detention. Some of our people have been castrated, Madam Speaker. Yes, they've been castrated. Others have had their eyes and fingernails plucked out. Their limbs have been broken, and they've been subjected to advanced forms of torture like waterboarding and electrocution. Madam Speaker, several of our female supporters have been raped in detention. Many of our other supporters, like Roger Semakula from Mukono district, have shown up dead, murdered by the state. Only yesterday, Madam Speaker, a man called Luca Fabian, who was kidnapped from Arua, badly tortured and dumped in Nakawa, passed away, and he will be buried in Arua tomorrow. We wonder, Madam Speaker, if we have a constitution in this country. What happened to the requirement to have arrested persons presented before the courts of law within 48 hours? What happened, Madam Speaker, to the prohibition against torture, which is a non-derogable right? Why are our civilians being tried in military courts? Why are they being charged in the absence of their lawyers and relatives, Madam Speaker? Today, it marks 71 days since my entire campaign team was arrested and imprisoned in Chitalia on bogus charges. And they were being tried, they are still being tried in military courts. After being granted bail, Madam Speaker, they were again rearrested by the military, taken through grave torture sessions, and we wonder why political prisoners, Madam Speaker, who are civilians, are being tried in military courts. General Museveni came out and acknowledged that it is indeed on his orders that these civilians, our supporters, have gone missing. I want to imagine, colleague members, that no matter what political party you support in this House, no matter what political persuasion you belong to, I want to believe that we'll all understand that the Constitution provides for the presumption of innocence before being proven guilty. President Museveni has therefore convicted our people and sentenced them to grave torture and long periods of detention without fair trial. So we wonder, Madam Speaker, how long this is going to continue while we are comfortably sitting here. Just last week, Madam Speaker, the Deputy President of NUP Central Region, Honorable Matthias Mpuga, laid before this House a list of 423 NUP supporters who were abducted and are still missing. The list has since grown, Madam Speaker. I once again, therefore, Madam Speaker, want to request this Parliament to order for the immediate release of the abducted people and all political prisoners. Ugandans are demanding that the security forces return our people, dead or alive. And they are also demanding that civilians should stop being tried in military courts. And secondly, Madam Speaker, I know that General Museveni might ignore this resolution if it is passed in this Parliament, just like he has ignored very many resolutions of this Parliament in the past. But at least let this Parliament go on record and be known to stand with the people of Uganda in very hard and humiliating times like this. Honourable members, it is in the interest of this Parliament to take lessons from our own history as Uganda, because this country has been in a similar situation before. In 1980, an election was rigged. It was rigged using the army and other security forces. President Museveni castigated the courts of law of that time, and he said they were being used by President Obote to give a semblance of legitimacy to the unpopular regime. Ugandans were disappearing and being kidnapped in what was called Pandagari then. Today, Madam Speaker and honourable members, in 2001, 40 years later, we are back to that point or even worse. We all know it. Even peaceful demonstrations are not allowed, they are criminalized. Peaceful demonstrators are being treated like armed rebels. So this Parliament, Madam Speaker, under you, can rise to the occasion and distinguish itself by standing with the people of Uganda. We have the opportunity to stand on the right side of history, Madam Speaker, because if this Parliament does not, then we shouldn't be surprised when the people of Uganda rise to the occasion and evoke Article 3 of this Constitution to restore constitutionalism. Madam Speaker, I am not sure how many more times I will have the opportunity to address this Parliament as a Member of Parliament. Hopefully the next time I address this Parliament, I'll be President. But I want to remind all of us, honourable members, that we can choose either to be seen as a Parliament that does not care about the people, or to be seen as a Parliament that is indeed elected into these positions to stand and protect the rights of our people. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. As far as your being in the House is concerned, you are a member until the 10th Parliament expires. Concerning the other one, I have no idea, but the statement will be sent to the Committee on Human Rights, which is already investigating issues concerning the elections. Thank you very much. Item 3.